Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and I'm going to be giving you my first impressions of the Fire Maple Polaris pressure regulator remote gas stove. Let's get into it. Firstly, thank you to Fire Maple for kindly providing me this stove to take a look at for this video. I did actually recently make another video where I reviewed the big brother of this little fella here, and it was the Polaris cooking system, which also has the pressure regulator system, which I'll talk more about shortly. So yeah, that's the box that it comes in. It arrived a couple of days ago. Packaging feels quite good actually. I'm quite impressed with the packaging, and what I quite like is on the back it does give you a rundown of the specifications for this stove. So I think what we'll do is we'll unpack it and then I'll give you some of those specs. Okay, so just opening the box at first glance, we've got the stove, which comes in its own little drawstring bag, which might be useful, and we've got a set of instructions. Now, the first thing I notice is that it's a lot lighter than my other remote gas stove, which is the Coleman Firepower Alpine, which you might have seen in some of my videos. So this weighs in at 180 grams. So we'll get it out of the bag. Okay, so in terms of the metal it's made of, Fire Maple say it is made of stainless steel and copper. And of course it's a remote gas stove, so if you don't know what that means, then it means that it sits directly on the ground or the surface that you're cooking on, and this little feeder tube connects to your gas stove. So let's fold the legs out. I do like remote gas stoves. Yeah, I just like the fact that the gas canister isn't underneath it and it's separate and you can control it. And that seems like quite a good little controller that they've got there. And there's that kind of copper connection at the bottom there. So in terms of the pressure regulator, so this stove has some technology here where the gas flow is regulated just to suit different conditions, particularly cold conditions actually, and also just to ensure that you get a continuous flow of gas, which can be useful, of course, if you've got a gas canister where there's not much gas left in it. So it doesn't appear to have its own ignition like a piezo lighter or something like that, but that's okay. It's probably to keep the weight down as well. So I think what we'll do first of all is we'll just switch it on, see what the flame's like, and then maybe we'll try and get a boil on. Okay, so we'll take it down to a simmer, bring it up. That is a full flame. Back down and off again. Okay, so I have got half a litre of water. Notice that part of the hob is glowing red hot, and that doesn't happen with my Coleman stove. Right, so that was 3 minutes for 500 millilitres. I suppose if you didn't want to boil up that amount of water, you're on your own and you only want to boil up enough for a mug of tea or a mug of coffee, you could probably half that time, so minute and a half. In terms of the power output, it says here on the spec it's 2.9 kilowatts. That just kind of gives you an idea of the power of the stove compared to other stoves that you might be considering or might be looking at. A couple of other features just to note that Fire Maple have put on this gas stove. This is little micro windshield, which I know some gas stoves do have. Quite a useful feature, I think, especially if you've forgotten your windshield or you don't really want to put the windshield up, but it's a bit breezy. So you have got that little sort of micro windshield there, and the hob does kind of sort of dip down. So I think there is a bit of protection there from a mild breeze, would be quite useful. On the underside, there is a movable gas feeder tube, so it does move around, which actually is quite useful. just if you need to reposition your gas stove. So if I'm on the surface here and I need to kind of move it around, that's actually quite useful. So that's pretty good. So there we have it, everyone. That is the Fire Maple Polaris pressure regulator remote gas stove. So what do I think? Well, actually, let's talk about price first of all. So I've just checked the current price today here in the UK. On Amazon, it's retailing at this particular moment at $45.99. I'll put the price in US dollars up on the screen. Do I think it's worth it? I'm not quite sure, actually. Perhaps not. I think I just would expect a little bit more, maybe, for that price, at that price point of £46. I think normally it's retailing at about £50 here in the UK, and I'm just not sure whether that is something that wild campers would be prepared to pay. I mean, it depends how important the pressure regulator kind of technology is for you. That might be the thing that swings it. It might be something that you find particularly useful. So just a reminder, the pressure regulator just ensures that continuous flow of gas. So it does give you that reliability, I guess, that maybe you might not get with a cheaper gas stove. So perhaps you are paying for that, but it might not be important for you at the same time. And also, if you don't tend to camp in cold conditions, again, it might not be that important to you. So I guess it's just personal preference. I will put links to the stove in the video description, and they probably will be affiliate links, so it makes no difference to you, but it does mean that you can help support the channel by clicking on those links if you decide to purchase that stove. And if I can get a discount code, I'll pop that into the video description as well, which might benefit you. If you have enjoyed this video, then please do check out this one up here, which is my review of the big brother of this device, which is the big cooking system, the Polaris cooking system. I think you'll find that one quite interesting. So thanks very much, everyone. Hope it's been useful. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you on the next one.